Bless. Morning. Good morning, people. Well, you know what I'm saying? Sunday, sit and chat with the red. Best people, I have to give all praises unto the Most High today, Sunday morning. And I'm happy to be here. Give thanks to be here. I wake up this morning. Huh? Yeah, man. I wake up this morning and I could move. Give thanks. I'm here. A lot of people are not here, but I am, and so you all are there. Um, I have to bring it to your guys' attention. First of all praises unto the Most High. Peace to the world, all over the world. Everybody from every nation. All who's suffering, going through the tribal and tribulation and disasters. The Most High God, protect you all guys. Bless you all. Sanctify you all guys. Well, it's why leaders of the world, man, kings and queens of the earth, leaders of the earth, people who makes decisions, people with authority, people with power that could make things so easy, but they don't. So the name of this Sunday live is humanity gone wrong. Yes, humanity gone wrong totally. Humanity gone wrong. And why? Why humanity gone wrong? I'm gonna show you how people in this world are two-faced. Not just people, but the nations of the earth are two-faced. Now we are living in the West. And we might say, well, I'm living in America, and that's not Ukraine, and I'm safe here, and I don't have to worry about anything. We could say anything that we want to say. We could say a whole lot of things. Some of us don't have to pay it no mind. It's a myth to some of us. But the reality of humanity going wrong is clearly allowing you to see the bitterness of the world and the savagery in their hearts. Because you're going to tell me, because what's happening in Ukraine has not reached America's turf, America's borderline in America. It has not reached here. You may say, well, I don't care because, I'm safe here. I'm happy I'm here because I'm away from all of this and I'm happy. But what you don't realize is humanity gone wrong. And so what you see happening, okay, on that side of the world, so it shall happen here. So what would you do at that time when we has our problem? Because if you go to war and this is a superpower and this is a superpower here, and they have the capability to reach each other with rockets and bombs or whatever, that means they're gonna each other gonna get hit. They're gonna be targeting each other. So don't believe that if probably Russia send how many, majority probably not hit, but some will. So what happened when we are in that situation that the people from Ukraine are in? All the rest of the world should say, oh, well, uh, it's not happening to me. It's not affecting me. So, I'm just gonna go by living my life, eating, doing what I got to do. Of course, that's only what you could do. But at the meantime, humanity going wrong. Why humanity going wrong? Because it's like the world does not learn from its mistakes. In other words, the people, we the people that occupy planet Earth, it's not actually taking in, not processing, not obtaining no knowledge. And even though we do have knowledge, but we are not implementing it. Because we know we don't need another world war, which we know it's going to happen anyway. It's a prophecy. But we know right now we don't need that. Why? The ecosystem. With the ecosystem, with the ice, with the cold countries like Alaska, Antarctica, and these places, the weather climate is changing, and there's a lot of things that are happening. With these two countries going to war, America going to war, or a powerful country like America even going to Ukraine and actually dropping bombs on Ukraine, and Ukraine has the what you call it, the nuclear plant, where Ukraine is letting the world know if we get hit and this gets away, it will cause a lot of damage. So once more time, you could see again, one of the purpose for Putin is he wants that our nuclear site. He wants that base. And like they said, Ukraine, I think, is the third biggest nuclear site. So of course he wants this. But then again, a lot of people does not understand when things has not happened to them yet, when they have not get into a situation. It's easy to say this and to say that. It's easy to pretend that things are not existing because it does not affect you. But it does, but not in a big scale, on a big scale like it would affect the people actually it's happened to, like the Ukrainians. It's really affecting them, but it's going to affect the rest of the world because, like I said, Ukraine play a part into some type of, what you will say, with the nuclear adventure, what they have going on, the nuclear facilities that they have going on. They're very advanced with certain things, and the rest of the world knows it. Okay? Now, I spoke about Mother Russia when Mother Russia used to be the USSR. Okay? And like I said, that at one time, all these countries that on the outskirts of Russia, like Pakistan and all of them, Ukraine and all of them, was cahoofed up one time. I used the word cahoofed up in the same understanding of things, people who is intertwining with each other. So, of course, I understand where Putnam going with that. But remember, there were certain peace treaties and certain orders and certain things that were signed on docket. And Putnam is violating these treaties and these rules and regulations that was put in place after Germany, after the fall of Germany, because they didn't want that to ever happen again in the way it was unfolding. Now, let's say Putnam took over Ukraine. What would be his next, gaining such advantage and power with all of Ukraine wealth, GDP and all of that, take over that? That would make Russia much more stronger. and much more powerful. People say, what can anybody do? Nobody can do nothing. Or what could you do? What could we do? What could we do? Well, it's the same thing the world was saying about Germany. And they waited for the last minute. When Germany had already created a mass destruction of the human rights, he violated them. He was like actually just killing people. And it doesn't matter if it's white, black, it does not matter. People are people. Not to say because it's not your race, you're going to sit there and say, oh, well, this was a bunch of Caucasian people or European people. It's not. No, they're people. They breathe air just like you. They feel just like you. They're alive just like you. And they feel pain just like you. So this is the thing I never actually understand with the world. This hypocrisy that's going on with the world. Where I have seen certain countries that get out of order and was put in order immediately. Certain countries that try to do certain things, they was put in order straight. Get in order else, pay the price. Any country at all, even in their own backyard, whatever they was doing, and if it reached out to the world, somebody stepped in and somebody put order. But this is not a simple matter. Because like I stated, it's prophecy. It's prophecy to unfold, and it's unfolding. And to you and I and everybody else will say, Putnam is doing something wrong. Yes, he is. But to the prophecy, it's not. To the prophecy, it's not. And these things have to unfold. And these was the days when, the time when Russia wanted to go to war, and it was not going to happen during that time. But to every certain amount of centuries, a certain country after time looks forward to becomes the new order of the world. And like I said, America being the new order, the new world order for a long time, the new way. But it's not for America right now to get out of order, because America also have to enforce. This is the country, like I said, that will pass all the things Revelation speaks about. This is the country, America, that will reveal the Revelation prophecy in the book of Revelation. This country. And within this country, there are countries that will be taking part, which is Russia, China, North Korea, Vietnam. Yeah, they all will take part of the prophecy that has to unfold in Revelation. So the question to the people is the time right now? The time is now. But the urge, it's not exactly right now. Russia gonna calm down. Why Russia gonna calm down? Because I said for Russia to stand forth to America, it has to get back itself in order. It has to, all the property that one time that was aligned with it, it wants to get it back. So I said, what happened to, same thing Hitler did, I keep saying, when he starts stretching forward to other countries like Poland, you know. And I don't know what's going on with France and Putnam, but I'm watching, I don't know, it's something about France and Russia. I don't know if the president of France has a very dear relationship with Putnam, But France always play a part that people really doesn't know. Is he part of the alliance or is he? He always have one foot in, one foot out. France, you're never too sure what they're about. You know, they talk, yeah, but it's record in history with France. It has a record in history with what France does. So like I said, I don't know what is the major connection with the president of France and the president of Russia, but there's a connection of friendship between them two. Now, I'm not trying to tell people how to pick their friends or who their friends are supposed to be, but this definitely is more greater than anyone could understand, because if you're not a God-fearing person or a God believer or the Most High, you're a believer of the Most High, you will not understand what is unfolding there. And this is, like I said, you have heard about wars and rumors of war, but this one here is not just a rumor, it is actual reality. And anyhow Putnam gets to take over Ukraine, he's not gonna stop it. Because he's gonna watch it just as I took over Ukraine, I could do the same. And even some of the countries that is protected by the West or under the what you call it, the not United Nations. I'll tell you. NATO, NATO, even these countries that is protected under NATO, NATO itself is confused right now because they playing with a giant. And this giant is actually saying, listen, I'm ready for any one of you, man. I don't care who your guy behind you. Sometimes it's to break people's spirit. Hitler, Adolf Hitler said the same thing. He said he don't care who. He ready to take on everybody. It was his downfall. So it's the same thing. Putnam have to play that part. Putnam see himself as the man for the job. See himself as the new era of Russia. Russia's season is here. And Russia really has taken, not Russia, but Putnam himself has taken an oath on the behalf of his alliance of the KGB and all these people here. And he wants to really show nothing beat the old Russia. And it's very important to bring back the old Russia and to take back everything that the old Russia had and all these other countries that now are saying they're independent. It's breaking Russia's heart. Russia wants to get them back. Because he's going to see it's like some type of trick in a sense for the West to be close. And he don't want that. He wants he alone to control there and runs everything like the people before him, those before him. So that's one of Putnam, and if he accomplish it, he is going to be the successor. But like I said, he will not, because Putnam, he's not. Okay, so he's playing. It's like everybody getting it ready. They're getting everything organized and ready. Remember, someone has to get the title of the New World Order. Russia is fighting for it. Russia wants to be the one to set the New World Order. New World Government. Russia wants to be that one. America saying, I am the one. Because you see, I was the one who gets the blessing, who gets the gift. I was the one they spoke about. They spoke about you, Oshkog, but it never said that you. It said I. It was not you France gave Statue of Liberty to. It was this country. And like I told you, remember I told you all guys, America have to give France back the liberty. America gonna build their own thing. That woman gonna come out of there. Somewhere, somehow. If she don't come out, she'll fall down. They show you in a lot of movies, her head is always somewhere broken in the water. But the torch stays up. The torch is the symbol of power, of life. Her neck broke. This is why I told you, they have to build this image of this statue of a man that is of 4 precious stones. And not precious stones of metal, minerals like gold, bronze, gold, bronze, silver, and copper. To remove the Statue of Liberty, they would place that money, that's the statue that would be much taller than her. And it would be of a masculine, not of a feminine. And I know I'm nothing against women, but I'm saying, this is a whole bribery with France. That didn't place the way it's supposed to place, right? And the world knows that. That's why from a lot of films that they show you, when the motion movies, they show you the Statue of Liberty, they used to show you Lady of Liberty standing up. In a lot of movies, you see her, she's collapsed, her neck broken. And the only thing you're seeing is just the torch. End up wrecking somewhere, it doesn't fall down. The torch always be up blazing. But her neck is broken. She's not standing. She's lying there. So, humanity gone wrong, and that's what it is, people. Humanity gone wrong because people are so evil within themselves that, what's going on in Ukraine, a lot of people don't care. A lot of people don't care. They don't give a rat's butt. They get up and go about with their lives every day, laughing, drinking, partying. Yeah, they don't care. But that's why I tell people all the time. See, when a young man gets shot down in the street, and a woman that has children, and it's none of her sons or her daughters or a relative, she don't care. Or he, the father, don't care. Nobody don't care because that's not their relatives. But as soon as the same problem reach home, you get to see the expression on their faces. You get to see that now you know what it's like. You get to experience the pain. You know, you could relate now. So those of us that's living in the West and we believe that, oh, well, I'm living in paradise, I'm safe. Yeah, let's see for how long. Let's see for how long. Because just like the people from Ukraine, they never thought actually Putin would do this. They heard he was talking about it, but they really thought that, oh man, I don't think that man gonna jeopardize people's lives, you know, in this 2022, man. People know, you know, people have more respect for life, People have no respect for life. People have no respect for life. Because, like I said to you, all my days living on planet Earth, I know it's a war crime to target civilians. I knows that. Everybody knows that. You can't target civilians. But when you blowing, you see the wickedness. Ain't nothing changed. History always plays itself back. Always play itself back. But it's like the people play like they're blind. They don't know, like this is new to them. This is new to them. We live in here now. We have a thing they call the pandemic, and and everybody going crazy. Man, this is nothing new. We had things, bubonic and other diseases that almost wipe out the whole of Europe, but Europe is still there. I always say, most I don't give you what you can't bear. Look at nature. Have to always use them. Look at these wild animals, this wildlife, apes, gorillas, chimpanzees, all of them, tigers, bears, all of them. They're out there, right? They don't have a doctor to come check them where they go to every 3 months, 90 days. Hey, what's your doc? How you feeling? Oh, doc, I eat this grass. Oh, and for instance, I ate this grass. I got something over here. Oh, one lion had a lion at one of these, what do you call this? Lion ate one of them reindeers or one of them little galloping stuffs at the animal, and he goes to the lion doctor to him, oh, hey, doc, I kill a, what's the name, man? They like to eat impala. They say, oh, lion kill an impala. And a couple days after that, lion go into the lion doctor and say, hey, doc, me and my family, we caught an impala, eating it, the impala bone is in my throat. See, these things, they don't have none of these things, but they survive. They don't have a therapy. They don't have doctors. They don't have nothing to check their heart. They ain't got none of that. But they got people now who go upon themselves that have loved nature and wants to help these animals to study them and to help them. So they study them to help them, and they do that. But nature itself didn't ask that. So I was watching this one clip with some, I think it was gorillas or chimps, and and they live in the rainforest, and they got sick. It was something, lot of rain, lot of rain, lot of rain, and something where all of them got sick. All these gorillas, chimps got sick with cold, and they suffering, they clogged up. But the alpha male, he was there and I'm watching, and he clogged up like he caught pneumonia. And you remember, these things are just like human beings, man. They are. They catch pneumonia, they catch asthma, they could be asthmatic, they catch arthritis, they get cold, all that. So I'm watching this program here with this this documentary with this chimps, and like I said, they caught some type of bacteria, some type of disease within the time of all that rain and all that. So they all sick, all sick. A few died. But what happened is nature has the ability to override whatever problem it is. And a few died. But it was one chimp that went and found a certain type of bush or something he ate. And he brought it. And he gave it to the others. And they ate. And they got better. But the alpha male died because when he died, after he died, that other chimp, that's when he went and whatever he was looking for. I don't know how you get the knowledge to know whatever to get. But God gives knowledge. The Most High gives knowledge. He gives understanding. He gives wisdom and understanding. Some people have knowledge with no understanding. They got knowledge with no understanding. How could you say, or how could you believe that you're living in the West? And since you're living in the West, whatever that's happening in any part of the world has nothing to do with you. Whatever that's happening in any part of the world, they're people just like you, man. They breathe just like you, man. They got a life just like you, man. Yo, guys, go ahead and smash the like button. I got 20 likes, 20 people on, man. I got 44,000 people, man. Go ahead, man. Let me get at least 100 people on this right here live, man. And hey, don't not forget, people, good over evil. Go ahead to my go find me, man. Go find me. I have a friend from Germany. He told me anytime that I created a GoFundMe, let him know. So I got my GoFundMe right now. Everything is in the link on into the description box. Check it out, and whatever you're gonna do, you can do for me. Check out my new channel called Red Bust of Sweat TV. Okay, guys, I supposed to put a whole lot of stuff in there because I didn't put anything last week and this week because I had other things doing. Now, I gotta let y'all know. You see, when I comes to the platform and explain things to y'all, it's not of what I think. It's never about what I think. It's what the Most High inspired within me. And that's why I gave the title of the topic today. I called it Humanity Gone Wrong. It's the reason why I said that. Humanity gone wrong. All right? When you have no love, no passion, no communication, no good standard morals, value, etiquette. A lot of things that's not right seems right to you. A lot of things that is against the principle of how a man should conduct himself will not apply to you. Why I say humanity gone wrong? Because people with living souls that are living organisms and have the capability to understand right from wrong. You could see they're walking cops like they're dead and rotten ready because they has no conscience and they has no soul. Because as you could see, the things that the dead, what likes the dead? Flies, maggots. That's what you will find in a decomposing body, in a dead body, in any dead carcass. You'll find that. But we have people, they're alive but they're dead. And they're cold, even colder than the coldest winter. They're very cold. They will never see because they're blind to the truth. And they're blind to unrighteousness. So they could never see within the soul of the vessels that are moving. Why would one say, I don't care. I don't have to worry. I'm fine. I'm good. Don't you have a conscience? Even though you couldn't do anything, but you could still do something. Just having a conscience and seeing, knowing that this is wrong, you're doing something. Just sending that positive energy on the concept of good over evil. That when something is wrong, is wrong. You're not going to be, like I said, if you're a pastor or a preacher man, a man who speaks about God, and you have someone who goes out and murder people, get money, wealth, and bring it to you and you accept it, you're corrupt. You're corrupt. Because you should not deal with corruption, even though it's not you doing the crime, but somebody else is going out there, they're doing it, you know of it, and you accept it. That money is dirty. So it's the same thing. If you know something is bad, not because you cannot do anything about it, that you should not worry about it. You should not worry about it, but the energy pertaining to what's going on should be on a mercy, orbital, on a graceful. Means me, personally, I cannot make anyone or make anybody do anything for the people or for Ukraine. But speaking about on the contrary of good over evil, my energy could penetrate some people with authority, advisors and all. God could open their ears and their hearts to say, you know what, we don't care. We don't like bullies because we know bullies. See, when you're scared, yeah. Remember, war is not a good thing. War leaves places desolate. You see, like in Ukraine, you're looking at a lot of places look like hell passed through. Okay? So, war is not a good thing. Now, I had said before, America is not because it's a superpower and it's all powerful and it's great. It got to be mindful how it's getting to it. It's the reason why America has not approached Russia. Because if America directly approached Russia, it's the World War III. That's what Russia is saying. Okay? I said China is in the back, he ain't saying nothing. China's in the back, he ain't saying nothing. He's quiet. I said before, putting wood in the fire. Waiting to see what America gonna do. If America is gonna go head over heels and get into this. And I believe that there are countries that set a trap for America. Waiting to see what America gonna do so they could do. Because it's not only Russia. Russia knows it's not only him that's in that. He knows. And like I said, he's saying, let me do what I gotta do. And I got my people there, they got my back. They're watching to see who's gonna say what. Okay? Because what they call these people, NATO, the NATO forces is different. No, why they ain't doing anything? I know why. And that's the only reason why America didn't do anything, why England didn't do anything, and why all the other countries that is back in America, back in the West, didn't do anything for Ukraine. Because I said it before. Ukraine, at one time, was the alliance with Russia. Even when Ukraine got independence, and many other countries got independence, okay? It was offered to Ukraine to join NATO. And Ukraine did not. Ukraine did not. So how anybody expect, if I was trying to get you into the club and I give you the opportunity to get in the club and you say, no, man, I'm good. I'm doing good by myself. Not knowing you got this big giant over there that's watching you. Because he doesn't know when you're going to make your mind to join. And that's why I said Russia moved swiftly the way he did. He moved swiftly. Because I guarantee you, if Ukraine had joined the club, all what's going on here wouldn't happen. Because then we would know Russia really wants an endeavor, wants to do something with America. But Russia knows that Ukraine didn't join the Waco. Not Waco, NATO. He knows. And he knows he could do anything he wants. And he knows they're for Dolo. He knows that. He knows that. Because anyhow, Ukraine did sign or join the club like Waco, the rest of other countries did. That wouldn't be happening to it. So right now, Ukraine is feeling it. Ukraine wants help. Ukraine is asking for anybody. But then, what it will be like, I have a problem with this guy here. Okay? That's not your business. The only time it will be some people's business is if Russia don't stop bombing that field, that nuclear plant, and if you don't stop killing these people, like he's bombing these places. Now you're violating, the human rights, you know. But Russia is smart, and he knows that president knows what he's doing. And like I told y'all guys, this is something that's going a long time. Russia and America been having it for each other for before I was born. Cold War, KGB, CIA, you know. It's a whole lot of other things coming out from behind it. History, if you gotta watch it, you will see that all these countries that are independence, that has independence right now, at the back of Russia, coming on the outskirts. Russia is control. And if it was not Russia, it was Germany is to control it at one time. Then Russia comes. Control. I need people to know, don't matter you believe that you are living in the West, and you're so far from all of this disaster, and you could say to yourself, man, I don't have to worry about that. Do not say it, because the scriptures don't lie. There's a part in the scriptures that tells you, do not believe that things will happen in the four ends of the earth, and it will not happen where you at. Do not believe when you see typhoons, earthquake, and firestorm, and war, and you believe you're living in paradise. It's not going to reach where you at. You are safe here. I think these people that live in these other countries are more safer than us. But they go through the mess. They go through whatever they got to go through, and they overcome it. But when it's our turn, we have 4 climates here. When it's our turn, what happens? What we're going to do? They don't think we're safe. Because in an instant, it could turn ugly. In an instant, it could turn ugly. It could turn ugly. That doesn't mean that Russia going to win. That just means that the two guys are shooting at each other. And certain things might reach here and cause, just like you're seeing happening in Ukraine, rockets are missing their targets and going and hit, buildings and all that. Now, but I'll tell you, these buildings in Ukraine are strong. Because so these bombs are hitting them, these rockets are hitting them, and they're standing up. I'm worried about here, of course. I see these buildings that they are making, and it's just stud frame. They just make a frame and stud it up. So imagine send one of them bombs that make metal get hot. Yeah, these buildings are just collapsing. But I see they bombarding Ukraine, and these buildings are standing up. They are taking it. So Ukraine has good buildings. They got the people that would build this, they build it. Cause I'm telling you, Russia is not sending no little pshee. It's boom, and they're taking it.
They said the only way the America's gonna get involved is if Russia attacks NATO.
Yes. You're right. I said it. That's the only way.
Because, like you said,
They
Ukraine
didn't.
is not a member of NATO.
Is not a member. And people are talking and saying this and saying that, but they don't understand diplomacy. See, as a samurai, you gotta think like a samurai, cause most people want to be a warlord, they want to be gangster, they want to be, bully. And when war start, fight start, they quick to retreat. The bullies. See, you must have diplomacy. You must know the art of war. And Putnam, um, is Putnam,
Vladimir?
Vladimir, is he's using psychology.
What are you talking about? Russia?
Russia,
Putin.
yeah. Well, it's in the
Vladimir
president.
is the other one. For Ukraine.
Okay, so yeah, sorry. So Putnam, he's using diplomacy.
Putin.
Putin, whatever his name is, you all know Russia, president of Russia. He's using diplomacy and psychology to cause, in other words, he's setting traps. He know what he's doing. And that's why he's saying, if anybody decided, yo, I know you want it with me, because I ain't had a problem with you. I ain't do nothing to you. And that's why we are watching that he doesn't break the human what they call it. Now people kill people, and there's a code for that, human rights code. That if Putnam is doing that, that's gonna create a war. No country, because that's what Hitler was doing. That's why he keeps saying that he's gonna stop to let the people come out, and he's gonna do that because he knows that is something that could get him in serious problems. He knows if he start attacking a dude, he's doing one, two things, and they're making it look like missiles or stuff miss the target. And yeah, it happens to every country that goes to war. They set the rocket here, it goes and destroy here, and they lose lives in war. We know that. But if any country like America or any big country knows that Russia is targeting actually people, sending rockets and blowing them up, it's done for him. It's done for him. But like I said, and like America will not get involved with that, but they will be on standby in case Russia decides to be cocky after, if he happens to take over Ukraine, and after he has Ukraine, we're gonna see what is his next move. Because sometimes war is funny. After you take over one place, your next thing, you think you're a conqueror, so you're moving to go to a next place, and the next place, and the next place, because after a while it becomes massive. Don't talk if certain big guys come and you knock them off. That makes you feel bigger because it's position. Russia takes over Ukraine. It's more position for Russia, more power for Russia, more ability for Russia, and Russia will be like bigger. So a powerhouse, and it's much more of a problem for America, Great Britain, or America, or Japan, or Israel, or any of these countries that America, Italy, and then that America has, because now this guy, his backyard just got much bigger. Russia's already big already, and then he gonna get look how much places he's going in Ukraine trying to take over. So imagine this, he's just getting more massive. And he wants that power plant base. He wants that, because if he gets that, that's gonna get him to be more advanced in technology. That's what he wants.
He was moving up on it. He probably took it over by now.
And I think we have like 3 power plants, or 7 of them. How many of them there in the tree? What the people are saying? Yes, my people, do not forget, go ahead and smash the like button, share the video. But prophecy really really got to fulfill. And Russia is fulfilling that prophecy in the book of Revelation. And that's how I know that the Bible is accurate, even though people want to say they don't believe in the Bible. People want to say this, but it's a lot of things that the Bible has mentioned that is coming to pass. A lot. Now, I'm not saying the Bible is 100%. The same way that it speaks about a lot of things that's coming to pass, it's the same way there's a lot of things that's in the Bible that I know that men also put in the Bible. But we know definitely that the things that God put has preserved it there. And all of this, because I've been reading about this from a young boy, Russian American. And that's how I know that our Russian name is Oshkog. Everybody call it Mother Russia or whatever, but the real name for it is Oshkog. And they gotta do what they gotta do because they gotta exercise and bring forth the Antichrist and the wars and the rumors of war and all that. They gotta do all that. All these prophecies gotta come true. So in one way, you have to accept the prophecy. But yes, humanity gone wrong. Because people will accept anything today, even though it's bad. They will accept it. And give you a reason why they accept it. They will accept poison, even they know it's going to kill them. But they will give you a reason why they accept the poison. So in the back of our heads, it's like we're even looking to out eradicate ourselves. And it's the Bible that says a time will come that man will turn against himself and he will want to destroy himself. And no matter what he do, it's like he cannot kill himself. So as we see, humanity going wrong. Definitely. People has no love. People don't care about people. People rather see people kick somebody's butt, kill somebody, stab somebody, shoot somebody, than somebody say something. So there's no love. There's just evil. And it's going to be greater. It's releasing to be greater. It's going to be worse. You ain't seen none yet. I keep telling you, what about when you wake up in the morning time and you see bodies right outside your door and it has not moved. It's there for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, right in front of your door. Not just a body, but bodies. All these things are happening in other countries. There are dead bodies piling up in Haiti, dead bodies in India. There's dead bodies all over the world in a lot of third world countries, a lot of killing and all that. And that's an everyday thing, an everyday thing, everyday hunger, starvation, an everyday thing. And there are people who have food and pretending that they're hungry and crying, saying they're starving, and they're not. These people are really going to feel what it is for hunger. So all these things got to unfold. The nations will rise, my Lord says. Nations shall rise against nations. Yeah, and they will want to destroy. So we know it's a tough time coming because prophecy have to fulfill. And all these things got to come forward. All these things. So I'm not scared. I'm not scared of Russia doing what he's doing. I don't care if America, not to say I don't care. I will not be scared if whatever take place, if bombs is falling here and reaching here, whatever I do. I have my family, yeah. But still, I know all these things gotta come forward. I know these things got to reveal. I have to accept it. And it's not for me to change. So don't make it look like you have ability to change. This is prophecy. And it's for you to live your life in order before you get caught up on the judgment of these prophecies that's coming. You could die within these prophecies and you never get to change your ways. So all this is judgment upon men. And again, the intelligence of men is killing men. The knowledge of men is killing men. The power men obtain is killing men. The power, the knowledge, and all that stuff, man, no. All building houses, buildings, mansion, lights, all that is killing man. It has a benefit. Most people say, yeah, I like living in I got a nice apartment. I'm not living in a shop. No snake ain't trying to come up in my apartment to bite me. But there are places snakes and spiders and scorpions are climbing. And it's up to date. But it have to be what it is. And the only thing you could do is keep glorifying the Most High. Keep doing that good over evil. And do not rejoice when it's not your time of pain. Because you don't have pain, you rejoicing. But whoa, wait until your time comes. And then you see that the wrath of your judgment is great upon you. So I would not say, oh, I don't care. I can't do nothing. Cannot do something, but I could do something. I could speak about it. And millions of people are watching me. People from all over the world watching me. Building the courage. Building the courage. Watching the humanity, the lives, the world, where we live, our home, seeing what is about to happen. We barely could breathe in this. Our ozone layer has a hole. We're losing mass of oxygen. We're losing a lot of minerals in our planet. We're losing a lot of things in our planet that we need. So with this war, it's just something that we need? No, we don't need that, because actually this is gonna make hell on earth. Your food, your crops not gonna grow. These are all the things the Most High speaks about. When all of this is happening, hardship, more hardship on earth, more hardship on earth. So we could make a difference, even though we say we can't. Yes, we could. We could just be mindful. America and Russia was to fight a long time, but there was a lot of people like me and other people greater than me who helps and keep talking. It's not to say they could stop the prophecy, but by the goodness of the people, because that's what the Most High wants from the people. The Most High wants the people to obtain that bond of righteousness. And if the people are not obtaining that bond of righteousness, and they are deceitful, and they are creating more abomination, more sin, more abomination, your days will be numbered. So you're creating all this fungus that's going to be weight. And after a while, that weight becomes garbage, and someone has to eradicate it. Someone has to move it. And the Most High is the one to purify the earth. But let man start the destruction of himself. And this is what man doing. Man is the destruction of himself. Man wants to be a God, and he wants to show other men how powerful he is. So what he does, he creates things that could bring harm into man: poverty, pain, sorrows, diseases. This is what he do. This all what he's created is to deceive and to kill. It's not to better the society, it's not to better life, it's not to do nothing, it's to eradicate, bring more pain. All these leaders of the earth has money, has power. That God created this place to be paradise. They could flush the demons out of here and do the good over the evil. Do things that the people will benefit. But they watch it. No, we ain't gonna do that. We like the system the way it is. We want some to be like trash, garbage. It starts from the garbage, in fact, the duplicate, to the trash that you could recycle, that knowing its only purpose is only to obtain something, but not to get nothing else, but just to be that. So that's still using you. So in the community, in our community, in this world, that's what we are. Garbage, and the different type of garbage. Okay, that's how they see us. I'm not garbage, and I'm not calling nobody garbage, but the world sees us as garbage because we see ourselves as garbage. And if we see ourselves as garbage, why would not the world see us as garbage? Why would not the other nations see us as garbage? So we need to actually upgrade ourselves by loving ourselves, and by not allowing our true identity to go wild, where we become savages, you know. So all these people that saying, oh, you know, energy is important, like prayer. One person is praying, they believe, they're a believer, but that person's power could get stronger in faith with another person that is a believer and has a faith that could come to boost that person's faith and works. And so another person that is a believer but has little faith, these two or these three or these four or this five or this 20 or 50 could boost that person's energy to overpower them, to overcome themselves, to exercise works, faith with works. And that's how we get stronger. But if we all just saying, oh, I'll hell with you. And that ain't got nothing to do with me. It's not me, so hey, I'm good. I'm sitting up chilling. And we all play that part, turn our head. Then everybody get to play the same dirty rules because when Adolf Hitler was doing this to the Jewish people, and he had to kill like 65 million before the world saw, before the world say, let's do something about it, before the world say, oh no, this is wrong. Why? When they could have stopped this man, did they have fear in their hearts? Did Adolf Hitler at that time was so powerful? He had things that the other countries didn't have, planes and how to propel his planes without a runway and all these things. Did the other nations were scared? Did at that time Germany shook them, make them shook one that they didn't want it to step to Germany? When did they have the ability? When did they have the strength? When did they came to the state of mind to say, okay, together we stand, divided we fall. If we come together, it's hard to break us. We could break Germany. So until they came together as one, they defeated Germany. Now you think Russia don't know that? He's gonna play the same damn role. But what it's gonna take for the world to wait for another madman to create history again, to wait for another madman to create history, although he's playing the part. Because I'll tell you what, if you take Ukraine today, tomorrow, we don't know who is next. We don't know who is next. Because we don't know. Now we may say, oh, he could only touch Ukraine because Ukraine didn't join. But what if a bully is a bully? What if he just decided, you know what? I'm stronger now. I got this. I got that. I'm stronger now. And I got more people from the outskirts that decided, even those that is saying that they're independent, decided they don't want to be independent no more. They want to follow Mother Russia. What is some of the people that's out on the outskirts for the West that isn't there? Because a lot of countries, that's what happened. America was friends with a lot of other countries, friends with Panama, friends with Saudi Arabia, friends with Bin Laden. Yeah, and now they're not. They're enemies. So friendship make up, friendship break up with the countries, with the alliance of the leaders of the countries. But I'm saying, even though these countries that is with Waco join, and what if after some of them decide, you know what, seeing Russia getting so big and powerful and all that, and decide, you know what, man, hell with this. I don't want to join your stuff no more. I'm going back to how I used to be. I rather Russia to be that power. Because people don't learn. What next? So no one does not know what to unfold, but what the scripture tells us, what the Most High God tells us, that will be unfolded. And so far, it's another World War III. That's the prophecy. But like I said, it is on its way, and the pot is bubbling, but the food is not cooked yet because there are a lot of other things that's supposed to be served. Okay? It's a lot of other things that's supposed to be served. So they can't just give you the food. So what's going on in Russia and Ukraine is the first serve, like tennis. Russia served Ukraine the ball. Ukraine has to try to hit it back to Russia. And Ukraine has no one to go get the ball for him. No, he gotta do all that, go get it, all that. He gotta set his game. So the world cannot, like I said, but the world will hear according unto the behavior of Russia on the Ukrainians. And like I said, if they gotta wait for 100 million, whatever it is, to do the same thing they did to Hitler, only God knows. But prophecies unfolded. That is questions it?
Broski just said intelligence is evil.
Yes, sir.
Wisdom is light.
That's what it is, bro. All the time. And You have to be, you have to know the art of war and to understand what's really going on here. And like I tell people, it is just time, Russia is saying, it is time for me to be the man. It's time for me to go. I have the most billionaires. One of the countries I have the most billionaires or billionaires. Russia. That's why America is freezing them. America is sanctioning them and freezing their accounts and America, yeah. So Russia got to figure what it could do. I don't know what Russia could do. A lot of things is made from Russia, going from Russia has the ability selling the oil and the gas and all that. Russia. So Russia want to see how it's gonna raise, but we don't have to buy stuff from Russia. Remember, Russia always had these things that it had, and it was serving a hard time. It was serving a hard time. I remember when America went into Russia in 1991 or something like that, or 89 or 80, and bring the McDonald's and the Pepsi and the Coca-Cola, because this is American stuff. Russia was always playing a game. Psychology. Even one time, it even tell America, after the Soviet Union fall down, couple years, they came and they said they want to give away all the bombs and arms and all these things. They don't want to keep them anymore. They want to destroy them. That was to draw America in closer, trick America. Meantime, spy. They've always been spy. But we have to be mindful with the love, upon the love. Sometimes iron sharpen iron, and sometimes you could use a stone and water to sharpen iron. Yeah. How? All what's going on here is not new to me. That's not new. The person that people are not seeing, the country that people are not seeing in the shadows of this whole mess is North Korea and China. I have not heard the Chinese government call on to the Russian government and tell them, please, don't do that. No. I have not heard that. I have not heard the North Korean government, the Chinese government, the Vietnamese government, none of them call upon Mother Russia and tell them, listen, you're doing wrong, you can't do that. The only people that is speaking about it is the West and the countries that flows with the West. And everybody's waiting for the West to do something. Why is America is not doing nothing? Come on, America. Come on. You're powerful. Gotta have this. America will not let Russia trick her in this foolishness. But America will give Russia enough rope so Russia can hang itself. When Russia hangs itself, it will get what it's looking for. The same way Russia trying to pull out America, America have a trick for it too. He wanted to violate. America is waiting for violation. That's like me. I always waiting for somebody to put their hands on me because they always tell me they're going to break my jaw. They're going to break my hand. And I say, well, go ahead. that's what you want to do, who could stop you? Go ahead. So America is Russia is teasing America to see how America will send it first blow. America don't want to send no blow. So America doesn't want to play scrappy fight. They don't want to scrap. America is a serious place. Serious country. Don't play with it. Don't forget about Pearl Harbor. Don't mess with America. America is a serious country. And you see when it sit down there, you see patiently it's there waiting to make this man ease off itself. And he acting like he have the most flame under him. And he unstoppable. And he ready for this and ready for that. And he want to draw out anybody. America dealing with a certain principle here. Violation. Violate and pay the price. So if Russia is a big bad guy, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out if Russia is a bad man. Because if he's a bad man, if he happens to take over Ukraine, let's see who he moves to. Who else that he might want back? Because he's going to claim everybody that he had, that Russia was ruling over. And now he wants it back. So after Ukraine, who is it? Pakistan? Who's next? Somebody give me the comments. You like everything I eating? I have a boy there watching like a hawk. Whatever I eating is time to changing his diet. I soon come bring him for him to work out his shot. But the little boy recently, he turned to be a man. Change his diet little by little. He used to eat a lot of nonsense. They look at me and him does reason. And he like tell me certain things. I know he's looking into what I'm doing. He picked it up. And that was a guy that never showed interest. This one guy here, never show interest. As you grow older now, you know, you watching what he eat. He drinking water, alkaline water, drinking a lot of water. He ease off of the juice. But it's a guy that used to drink. Summertime you see he has some little bumps look like it's like another skin. Now it's water. Get up in the morning, water. He used to put his water in the fridge. Now, since I tell him don't put it in there, leave it out. You don't need to drink nothing cold. Leave your water out. Lukewarm is better. He doing that. And I could see he getting stronger. I show him a way to do push-ups. And he has not even been doing push-ups for 2 months. And you should see a bunch of veins pop up on his hand. So he look at me and say, look Dad, look at my hand. You see how these veins pop up? I say, yeah, they're gonna pop up. Because the way I'm showing you, I showed him what something to do with his legs. And he said to me, he never thought that was that effective. What you say, Zaya?
Yeah, I said that.
You never knew that was that effective, right?
Nah, I did it.
So, just to show you how to touch base with you on that particular section here. The workouts are important. I just do the workout. People go and smash and be a subscriber on my new channel. Reds, Boss Up Sweat TV. I'll show you all in my workout on Friday. I'll show you all something. Number one, I keep saying to you, I'm not a young boy. And I don't take this thing to go to gym and pump iron. I don't live in a gym. I'm not a member of a gym. I will not take the hoo-ha-ha. So I'm not going to be a member. I know all those that go into the gym, they take the hoo-ha-ha. I don't need to go to the gym to get the hoo-ha-ha. I don't want none. The gym could take it for themselves. Give the person who own the gym all for me. Give them mines and whoever. Now, I'm at home. that I know something, and you'll see. Anytime I come to record, my workout lift up. I show you on Friday the ability of constant repping, constant moving from one workout straight into another one. That's the way to go. Why? That's how you're gonna know you're in tune with your breathing capacity. Because most people, if they do 20 push-ups, and you call them back and you tell them, go do 20 squats. And then when they finish that, you tell them, go do 20 pull-ups. So a lot of guys, it's treating them. It's not to say they don't have ability. They have ability. I give them a little clap, for everyday trying. Instead of sitting on the couch, and getting lazy. I give them coming out and doing something. Exercising and treating your body right. That's good. But certain things, don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself. You don't do certain things to yourself. And I tell you, be careful of being cocky. When you're cocky, and you do a lot of things to yourself that you don't even know. And some people like to make some people look like they will entice you with the nonsense and laughing at you all this time. And they're making you believe that you are doing something. That's why I like upfront people. I like people to tell me the truth. Don't boost up nothing for me. Do not boost up anything for me to make me feel good. You don't want to tell me the truth, so you're lying to me. You're looking good. As I pass, you tell her, look at his belly. You're going to that big old shitty gut. Yeah. I don't want that. Because there are people who do that. They lie in your face. They tell you you're doing something good and they know you're not doing it good. There are some people who doesn't even want to teach people. They're afraid to teach people. You know why? Because some people are very ungrateful. You teach them, they will never say you taught them. They say they teach themselves. Nah, I teach myself how to do this. Yeah. So, everybody, the world, what I say the topic of my subject was?
Humanity gone wrong.
Huh?
Humanity gone wrong.
Humanity gone wrong. Okay. That's what it is. Because from one person to another person could be so evil. Humanity gone wrong. If you tell me you want to wipe out a whole other nation just because of some type of ideology you come up with, or some type of idea, humanity gone wrong. If you're gonna tell me you don't know me from Adams, and how you see me, you believe I don't have a right to leave, humanity gone wrong. If you don't like me, you have no love for me, But everything that I do, you find yourself in it. You're mingling in it like it's your own. You want to go now. Or it's not even being a realist. If I don't like you, I don't want to mingle with you. There are people who don't like you, they come to your home every day. You feed them, they eat, they drink. Humanity gone wrong. Humanity gone wrong with the president, with the president of Russia. Humanity gone wrong. Because he just get up one day and decide, well, he was planning to show his ability and how he's such of a bully and think he is the new backbone for Russia. His ability is to create destruction. Humanity gone wrong. If a man believe was to wipe out the entire nation to show his power, he working with fear. He's trying to create fear. He's bringing fear, and I told you what fear could do. France already look like you have a little bit of fear already. Yeah. France look like he's catching a little bit of fear because he know if Mama Russia decide to keep going on the outskirts, they're gonna run up in him. He's gonna be the next thing Mama Russia coming for. And he don't want that. You know the old Chuck and Napoleon and all of them, they take the same path. Hit all of them, take the same path. Come and see they conquering. Okay? Oh. This thing that humanity gone bad, gone wrong, and people ain't got no love, pure hatred, red eye envy, confusion. You rejoice when things are happening to other people and not to you. Your excuse is, I can't do nothing. What could I do? Can't do nothing. And the way the world knows you can't do nothing, but you could do something. Sending the energy, the positive energy up. Letting the rest of the world know that even though they say they know, but everybody got to let these nations of the world to know in their own way. It's not to say we want war. We don't have to have a war. The president of Russia have to find himself and come out of ignorance. That's not what he got to do. He got to go back to his country and accept Russia. What is Russia today? Let that be. That is Russia. Whoever make countries behind Russia's back door or whatever, they didn't just do it. It's been there over 40 years, 30 years, 50 years, it's been there. 100 years, it's been there. Don't make it a problem now, Russia. These people not gonna threaten you. What do you think? Ukraine gonna go to war with you? What do you think? Ukraine wanted to go to war with you? Ukraine never wanted to go to war with you, Russia. Ukraine only just wanted to be stand up on its own 2 feet and working towards the people. That's what Ukraine wanted to do. That's what Ukraine did, trying to make Ukraine a better place a better place for the citizens of Ukraine. Ukraine didn't have no intention to go to Russia per se and try to take over Russia, because now I think Ukraine has the capability to take over Russia. I don't think the Ukrainians was ever thinking about that, but the Russians was. The Russians never accept Ukraine getting independence. If Ukraine get the independence, Russia should allow them with the independence. Russia should allow them with the independence. So I'm gonna give you the questions because about an hour I'm here. It's good over evil, man. Don't matter what's going on. The Most High God is the head of all things. And I told you, this world is given is given into the hands of the evil forces of the shaitan. And this is his time right now to do the things that he's doing. And I keep saying he because he's a man. Yeah. And all these things are prophecies of revelation. No man cannot change the time or the hour. No man cannot change the prophecy of the Most High. But what man could do is to fellowship and to glorify the Most High and accept the Most High and don't associate partners with the Most High. Worry about you hearkening into the voice of the Most High. That's what you should worry about, and implementing the things and the commandments of the Most High. That's what you should worry about. I don't worry about wars and rumors of war. Even though death struck me within that time, I still don't worry about it. For I have known anything that takes life without it was ordained by the Most High shall be resurrected and given back life. So I don't let none of these things where men want to make bombs and guns and go to war and kill a lot of people. Yeah, there's a lot of blood in the earth and it's going on. But remember, these are, in a way, this is just like a make-believe because you didn't, this is just a vessel and it's going to decompose, but that doesn't mean you're dead. So all these things, blood run and all that, my Lord is great and my Lord has sanctified all living organism for eternal life after judgment. So man could do all what man, I know man is on a mission to destroy himself because of ignorance, and he wants to take the place of the Most High. And as you can see, all these countries, all what they are doing is everybody creating a hydrogen bomb, an atomic bomb, some type of stuff that will destroy them and the world. So there's a bunch of crazy people, mad people, because you're living in a world, right? And we have so many nations in the world, right? So many nations. And they all is thinking, okay, I want to defend my country. And to defend your country is to say, okay, I gotta create some type of bomb that I could send over there that will wipe out these people at the face of the earth. You damn fool. Don't you know when you send all this radiation and all this thing in the air, don't you leave here too? The air blows in all directions. It goes all around. It's not gonna blow to the west and stay going blowing to the west. It could be blown to the west and just switch and turn to the east or the south. So they don't even care. They're ready to walk around with masks in their face for years, 5 years, 10 years, looking like some underground sorcerer. But that's what they're ready to do. That's the evil. Well, I say the man's the title. I forget my title of okay, for it. That's good. Yeah, mindful. So this is why I got to mention it says humanity gone wrong because nobody's not thinking positive, nobody's not thinking of love, nobody's not thinking of togetherness. Everybody's just self-destruct, kill, murder, and then everybody's talking about stop the killing, but we have the heads, the people who make laws, they themselves making guns, they themselves making bombs, and they themselves are killers. They can't even wait to start killing. Look, this one from Russia wants to start this big genocide, massive killing for no reason at all. Wake up one morning, just decide to get naughty, be a naughty boy. He want to be a bad guy, so he's going to do these things, So yes, people, I have no questions. And I appreciate y'all, man. Go ahead and smash my new channel, man. Red's Bust of Sweat TV. Subscribe to my new channel. And my old one, too.
Kevon, he said, I'm 20 years old, and I'm eating plant-based, but I'm eating meat once a week.
That's okay, Kevin. Little by little, you're going to always that. Room them bill in a day. I ain't going to tell you don't eat meat. I told y'all guys when I conversate with y'all guys, what I've been trying to tell you is the meat that y'all are getting today at this time and this age in these places, supermarkets and dead houses. That's what it is. It's not a butcher place, it's a dead house. It is not authentic and it will cause a lot of problems. You will get new type of maggots and new type of diseases and symptoms from certain things that you don't even understand where it's coming from. I don't believe that a cow should have a wound on its backside, on its hip, that doesn't heal, where the farmer comes and then screw this and push his hands in there. This is an unhealing wound that makes pus. No cow. That's like I got a big sore foot and I'm in a kitchen cooking food. I got a big sore foot. Everybody could see my sore foot. It stank. But I have a restaurant and I'm back there with the sore foot. You gonna come buy from me? Are you gonna buy food from me? I got a big sore foot. When I comes out behind the counter, everybody could see the bandage is full of pus. So there comes a time I have to be touching that foot, right? There got a time I gotta be messing around with that foot. Now you come and buy my restaurant, then I come out behind the counter, and you see when you look down, you see that foot, that sore foot, with that bandage pus, looking all well, you. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We gotta get it, man. How many times? A lot of times I comes out and I bring things to y'all. I give it to y'all free. I tell you the truth. I speak the truth. But I tell people don't eat meat. They say, "Oh, Red, how you that? You wanna eat your meat? Eat your meat. You wanna eat tons of meat? Eat tons of meat." One time in my life I was eating meat. Now I get to realize I see what meat and the meat now doing to people. People in the islands eat their cow, but that cow grow away. It doesn't eat this type of stuff they're giving it and whatever. Even ground food, you gotta be mindful of ground food, because some ground food they're using all type of chemicals and stuff to put in it to grow. So after a while, even the ground food that gives you the iron, some of them has the capability to make you sick too, because they're feeding them all these type of chemicals. Everything has to be chemicalized. So sometimes I don't even really sit there and try to argue with people, because the first thing they're gonna say, "Oh, Red, everything has poison. Red, everything has a problem." Yeah, they have but precaution better than cure. While you know that your stuff have spray and has this, has that, I'm making it my duty to find what I could work with and what's natural. And like I said, they got these people that comes from the countryside that plants the natural organic food, and it comes down here and they sell it, and everything is natural and they doesn't use. I could taste it. I know, because I used to plant stuff back home. It doesn't put no fertilizer, none fertilizer in this stuff. So these people do their garden and their stuff like that, and they grow all that natural. The lettuce, the tomatoes. It's a different thing when you look at that. So I would try to find that to feed on. I would not make the excuse and say, okay, people make a lot of excuses. That's why I said, yeah, I'll come back to questions. If you're dealing with health and you're on the health awareness, then you're gonna be mindful what you're eating, what you're doing, especially when you have other people watching you that want to learn from you, that you making a difference in their life. So they're watching you as their role model. So whenever now you start doing like a whole lot of things that you have the people questioning themselves. They be like, "Oh, why are you eating this? This is not healthy." But why he's talking about health, but he's eating this, but I see he eating that and eating that, and you're confusing people. If people don't want that, and I don't want to be that type of person to anybody. So that's why I said, whatever you're doing, you gotta do it right. Yeah, the rest of the questions.
J Pack said, "What do you think about video games?"
Ain't nothing wrong with a video game. That's like, man, I like video games. You know, you just everything that you do, you gotta be mindful of what you do. I like video games. That's the time that you can spend some time with your son, your daughter, your family. There's a lot of games that is excellent. There are games that the family could play where everybody's doing activity with the game. They're taking part in the game. There are games that you could play, make you run, move. You want games that excites you and stuff like that. Now they may have other games where you just sit there and you just the control and this and that. Games like that are nice, especially like I like Call of Duty and I like a lot of shooting games and stuff like that. I like that, but what I try to do is I try not to sit there hours and hours. So I love games. And these days, not these days, it's been years now. I can't always ease off the games. But at one time, I was getting crazy when I used to play Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and I would wait all when they bring the new versions, Call of Duty. You know, there's a lot of games that I was very interested in. Lost Planet. Everybody, if you play the Lost Planet, the director's cut. I don't know if you'll ever play this game. Ooh, it had a lot of zombies in it. Resident Evil. I played the Resident Evil. I love the Resident Evil, but I had the director's cut games and I like games like that. So, but what you do know, what you do is you do not get lost, like sitting there, you know, every day on the couch. Then you gonna eat a whole bunch of ice cream. You gonna eat a whole lot of food. You're always on the couch, always on the couch, always on the couch. You don't want to do nothing. Just you spend hours and hours, and that's going on from days to weeks to weeks to months. Then you start getting fat. You know, it's just the game. After a while, you don't even want to shower. I'm not talking about that. That's not good. That's bad. But if you're gonna deal with games that, yeah, could excite you and physically fit, you get fit. Yeah, that's good. Have any more? Like they have this new game that comes out and where you put. Yeah, this new game that comes out. My son's a wild on. Anytime he comes here, he does this. There's this new game that comes out where it's a visor you put over your face, over your eyes.
You said, do you think it's good or bad?
No, I don't think it's bad. Like I said, it's according to what is the game that you're playing. Violence, really and truly, people watch violence different. I'll tell you this. I grew up watching my mom just carry me to watch karate. She used to like a lot of cowboy movies and karate movies. She liked a lot of movies with shootings and stuff like that. And my mom is one of the sweetest person that you could ever find. And this is why they say there's an old saying. When you meet a gracious person, when you meet a person that is lovable, a person that will give you their last, never sleep on that person to believe that person is soft. It's because of the hardship of that person's life. And the person get to understand life itself. That person humbled themselves. That person humbled themselves on the criteria of good. And a lot of people believe when they meet people like that, that is so sweet, that is so generous, loving and caring. Look at the sweet old lady, look at the sweet old man. They figure they could take advantage of that person. And not knowing they're just opening a whole other section that you didn't want it to go over there. You didn't want to open that section right there. So with the video games, like I was saying, it's not bad. It becomes bad when it becomes addiction to the child or to the person. That you don't care about anything. You start losing track. You know, that's when anything that becomes an addiction to you, that stops you from doing other things that you usually do, cuts your progress, it's a problem. Anything could be bad. Like a lot of men, they use like intercourse to show that their masculinity. And this is one of the weakest things to do. Most men that always brag about their sexability and this stuff, that's the open door letting you know that doesn't work like that. Trust me. Any man that likes to keep conversations and his conversation is about his game, his in the bedroom, and who wants to know that? Nobody wants to know that. That's your private business. As a matter of fact, a real man, when he actually deals with a sister, and he doesn't have to go tell nobody. The sister be the one. Go and tell all her friends. That the friends even coming to try to get some for themselves too. You gotta be mindful of people who boasts and brags about what they got, what they could do. A lot of females will tell you instantly that they have met a lot of men that says, they're gonna do this to them, they're gonna do that, da 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 da, this, that, and the third, and when they get to going to get tough, the going gets soft. And the people are very ashamed and don't mess with women. Women are certain creatures, man. Don't mess with their ego, man. They would, and that's why a lot of men don't like a lot of sisters because some sisters tell you how it is, and especially now. So a lot of men that goes around with a big ego, always boasting about themselves. A lot of men that always boast about themselves and their ego. Majority of the time, they ain't nothing. They ain't nothing. And that's why my mother taught me that never boast and brag. A bragger, a boaster gets yourself in a lot of problems. People just listen. You a millionaire. Nobody doesn't know you have money, but since you like to talk, you start telling people what you got. I spoke about it. Yeah, you gotta be humble, man. I watch these people that talks a lot and never show improvements with what they do. Anybody that takes whatever they're doing seriously, you'll see. Yeah. You hear me, guys?
Um, move with willpower. So natural is the best.
Natural is always the best, my brother. You know, I throughout my years growing as a young man, I learned something. You ever somebody ever asked you to do something and or you have never done it, but you see the person doing it, and since you have not done it yet, you standing watching them doing it, and when they ask you to do it, you say, "Oh, what that's easy, right?" But when you go to do it now, it's a different ball game. It's a different ball game. So sometimes things may look easy, it may look simple, but it's not. So I'm from the old school, and I think I'd rather be looking simple. I'd rather be humble, because I'm blessed. So I'd rather be that way. That's the energy, humbleness. That will allow those who believe that I'm soft, my humbleness, will forsake them. Because they will believe I'm so soft that they could walk over me. That they have the ability to walk over me and trample me. And when they try that, that didn't turn out to the way they figured that it was going to be. Now they wonder. That's why I'm not a troublemaker. I don't pick trouble with people. I don't hit people first. I don't do none of these things. Sometimes you bite more than what you would chew. And that's my principle. That's my order. I believe in the Most High God. I'm not. Yo, Mario, close the door, man. My thing is, I always show respect with humbleness, but I'm always in my P's and Q's. And that's what I have to bring for people that doing calisthenics, martial arts, boxing, whatever you do, don't be cocky. You can be your best by accomplishing what you need to accomplish. But do not be a bully. What's the rest of the questions at? I appreciate y'all guys for always coming out and giving me love, man. I have 12 people in the house and 34 likes. That's good. I'm here with y'all guys. 1 hour and 44 minutes. When you say when I tell people that I get people to do it, I didn't see that. So
When
when
you tell people what you got, people tend to want you to try you.
yes, I. That's why you gotta be mindful with them. Gotta be a secret. Can't let your right hand know what your left hand doing. And that's what it is. Sometimes we tell people too much that they don't need to know. And we show too much that we don't need to show. That makes people envious. Like I said, look what I have going on here. I comes in with the workouts. I show you different styles. Everything that I tell you is not a myth. I actually live in what I'm saying. We have other people that's in that same vlogging thing. Everybody's in it to make a living. Yeah, I would not say I'm not in it to make something. We all work in that way. I work for myself. I'm very independent. I don't think of doing one thing. You know, I'm a painter. I paint. I do little stuff, little construction work. When I get little stuff now and then, I go with something simple that I could get some money. I go ahead and do it. You know, I'm not gonna say I'm not working for people. I don't like to work for people, but when I do get a job out there, I am. When I get the job, I am giving the price of the job. It's not like I'm going to work with this guy. I have done it before, to work with people, but I also have my own little thing going on where I get little side jobs, paint jobs, whatever it is, and I go give a price and how much rooms or whatever it is, I give a price. So that's my job. So when I done this, I may take my son, one of my sons with me, or two of them with me, or somebody with me, and give them something. But at the end of the day, I'm working for me. I went over there and get a job, and I give a price, and then I could give whatever price. When I'm done, that's me. I don't know. I don't have to wait until Friday. I don't have to wait until whatever. I finish my job. I give a price. I get paid. So people say they don't work for people. They self-employed. Hey man, I don't work for people, but if I get a gig where I could make some money instantly, I don't have no pride for that. I love to work. I'm my own person. Nobody tells me, I'm my own person. Okay, and that's what it's about life. You work for what you want. You can work harder. You can work smarter. You can work harder, smarter. You'll put them together, but you gotta work for what you want. So I'm not gonna sit there and say, "Oh, I'm better than a person because I work for myself and this person work at the supermarket, or this person work in BJ's, or this person work in Amazon." That their money ain't good or they not real. People have to do whatever they gotta do to survive. If you can work for yourself and do good, God bless you. If you can work for yourself and do good, God bless you. The next man maybe doesn't have the knowledge that you got to able to create something right now so he can work for himself, but he chooses to work for a company, he chooses to work for somebody else. That's all good because I rather that man working for somebody else than I have to worry about this man looking to rob me after I finish doing my job, my self-employed work or whatever I'm doing. This man is at the corner worrying about, I gotta worry about him trying to rob me. So of course, no matter what kind of work you got, as long as you're working, it would be better to work for self and have your own establishment. But sometimes it doesn't always turn out to be like that. Sometimes you gotta start somewhere before you reach somewhere or go somewhere. You gotta, you know what I mean, work with what you got. So if you doesn't have your own business and you're working for someone, go ahead and do that and have a state of mind that you does not like working for someone. That one day you would like to establish your own business and you work for yourself. Do not say I'm not gonna work for this guy. I just want my own business because you need money and you might not want to work for this guy or that guy because you have the state of mind saying, oh, I don't want to work for nobody. But at the end of the day, you need money and you're creating crime. You're creating crime. So I would rather you get a 9 to 5 or whatever it is until you move to the next level so you can able to make your own brand and you don't have to worry about you working for anybody, you're working for yourself. And if you're working for yourself, God bless you, pat yourself on the back and say you're your own boss. Okay? You're your own person. But if that's not the case with you and you're working with somebody, do not feel bad for now because you're working with somebody, but just know that you are on your journey to establish your own thing and have your own thing going on where you're going to be your own person. So Rome didn't build in a day. They say if you're living in Rome, you do what the Romans do. I don't like that verse right there. Not because I'm living in Rome, I'm going to do what the Romans do. But I'll say this. Have belief and confidence within yourself. Show works to be approved, and you can get anything that you really want. If you're not a person that want to work for anybody in life, then you don't have to. But you can work for yourself. But again, you start from somewhere. So whatever you do, praise the Lord and be proud of what you do until you can do better. Any more questions?
Mine said what's going on with the community center.
Oh, I'm still working on that. Well, there's a community center in my community. Again, we as a people, boy, it's all different. People, everybody is just watch for the greed and the money and and everybody. They ain't original people. That's why I say I ain't rushing nothing. Little by little, God bless me. A lady called me last week. She told me she got a 9-year old, and the 9-year old do martial arts. But she said she been watching me and she wants me to teach her young son. He's only 9 and stuff like that. And I said, yes. So I said, as the time get better, she had told me last week Wednesday, but I said when the time I get better because the weather been kind of way funny. And then she told me I could come to her house. We was speaking and stuff like that. And after a while, she said she had a basement. But I have not called her yet, and she have not called me because I sent my text and everything to her, and she was to get back with me. But yes, so God is great. Like I said, never rush what you believe in. You just gotta work and have your faith and keep it going on. So that will come. It has not, and I did get a place to go, but the Spirit never allowed me to go. I don't know why, and I never get to go. So I'm a person. Even though I'm asking for things, I will not accept things on a rush. If it comes, I gotta really get the inside. Sometimes you're asking for something and you ask it, you gotta be mindful. That's why I ask the most I got to inspire me, acknowledge me upon what decisions and what comes because sometimes you ask for things from the most from the universe and the universe grants you what you ask for. It's just the way you ask, you didn't ask appropriately. You didn't ask the right way. You didn't ask for the right thing. You ask for something like most men will say, I want a girl. I need a beautiful girl. All right, listen to what they will say. I want a beautiful girl. Nice boobs, big butt, nice hips, pretty. Where do you get that? But then she can't cook, she can't clean, she can't, but you just get a person looking nice. That you go out like a model, spend your money on, that's all what you're gonna do. But then now, the separation now is you coming from work and she's home and she gotta cook, but she can't cook. She don't know what to cook. She burning hot water. You have a problem with that because you went and take beauty, but then that can't help you. So a lot of females are out there like that. They're pretty and all of that. They got the private parts. They got all that stuff. They do all that fancy stuff in the bed. But for how long? The man now, what you could do for the man? What you doing? Um, we tired. No sex. We tired. Everyday sex. Only that you got. That's it. And a big mouth to talk and argue. Talk, curse, argue every day. Apart from that, apart from you being a woman, I ask myself, I touch a little basis of everything. Women proclaiming a title, men proclaiming a title. The woman said, I am the woman. I'm in charge. Right? The things that the woman's supposed to do for the man, she's in charge, but she's not doing it. She's not in charge to do that. She's just in charge of the man's money. Okay? In charge of his money, what he got, what he have, where he goes, who he talks to, stuff. She's in charge of all that. The things that she's in charge of, which is to love him, nourish him, cook for him, iron his clothes, and all of this stuff, and groom him up. She don't want to do that. As a matter of fact, she wants to be the man. So we live in a whole mixed up society, but there's a lot of people who accept it. There's a lot of men who accept it. There's a lot of people that love that. So men today will get a woman and the woman not cooking. They come, hi honey, did you bring anything home? She's waiting for you. She's at home and she's waiting for you to bring something in the house. Oh, then she will send you to get something. So that's a whole different people. We different. Because there's a society and the lifestyle, the fast lifestyle. Like I said, most men, as they meet the woman, they want to dive in. They want to go in. That's the major role. So that's why I told you we make sinful children because we lust for the flesh before anything else. So the child, when the woman conceived, the child was never on a righteous base, but on a fleshly base. That's why the child becomes a little child or a little boy that always want the things of the earth. They want money, they will die from it. They want fame, they want fancy clothes, they want this because from in the creation, mother and father meet each other, they had a desire, a lustful desire, materialistic desire. So it passed through the DNA within this the pineal gland state working. Yeah, what's the real question to that? That's it. So yes, people, I was here almost 2 hours with you guys. I say I'm not gonna do no 2 hours live, but I like talking with you guys and like to share, explain things to you guys and let you all know. Be mindful of the wolf in sheep's clothing, and you gotta watch them, okay? And like I said, loss. You like you forget my title. It is anyone gonna come to me. But this is why we're reaching the predicament that we are in.
Humanity gone.
Humanity gone wrong. Because from the moment we lose that love, that communication, that togetherness, and we start building that hatred to depart away from each other, to in the time of the pandemic, they gave you a division. It says 6 feet, 6 feet away from each other. And the number six hit me that even when you die, they put you in a hole. 6 feet. Okay, so it was during that 2 years, 3 years, it was the time of death. 6 feet. 6 feet was the number and was the time of death during these 3 years that just passed here. People was collapsing and dying, and where he was going was 6 feet. 6 feet under. So because again, like I said, people, I don't know it all, but I know humanity going wrong from the moment people of having that type of state of mind that they don't care about other people, and if they not feeling the wrath, that they're safe, they're okay. I don't see it like that. Ukrainians today, they feeling their wrath and they pain and they torturing, and by a bully. Tomorrow we don't know who is next. Okay, and that's how the life go. So you never rejoice when people are going through their pains and agonies. You're gonna sit over there and rejoice and act like it's a good thing. For like I said, today is that person. They're gonna go through their stuff and they're gonna get over it. When your turn, you're gonna be balling while the person already redeemed themselves. So again, all peace and blessings to the Most High. Go, don't forget, smash the like button, share my videos, go to my new channel which is Red's Bust Up Sweat TV. Be a subscriber on the Redshot BlackStar channel. Be a subscriber. Go on my Instagram page and be a subscriber on Instagram. I got the TikTok, be a subscriber. I got the Facebook Reels, be a subscriber. Just give me the strength. Because like I said, I'm not going to come over there and fake and joke nothing. I'm not going to tell you lies. I'm dealing with sensitiveness. I'm dealing with truth. I'm dealing with, positiveness, positivity. I'm dealing with revelation. I'm dealing with what the scripture said. I'm dealing with what is to happen, what is to come. And I'm dealing with the truth. And the truth will set you free. Okay? So that's what I'm dealing with. And I would not go around it, even though whatever going on there in Russia and Ukraine, to say, oh, what can I do? Oh, yeah, I could speak about it like I'm doing now and allowing people to know hate on a different perspective, hate from a different mouth. They don't have to hate from ESPN. They ain't gotta hate from Eyewitness. They ain't gotta hate from Channel 2. They ain't gotta hate from Channel 4. They ain't gotta hate from Channel 13 or Channel 12. I'm the local news right here. I'm letting you know in the ghetto, as a brown copper skinned person in the ghetto, living in the ghetto, from the ghetto, my ghetto mentality, how the Most High allow me to see what it is. It's not just a war, it's a prophecy that is revealing, and Russia is playing the part of it, and they allowed other people that will play the parts that they're supposed to play to reveal that prophecy Well, that's his revelation, and that's what it is. And I cannot tell you nothing else about any other thing but tell you about that. And I could also tell you about, I could say, me as a living being, living individual, as a vessel that moves. I give thanks to be here, but at the same time, giving thanks to be here, I feel kind of way sorry for the people from Ukraine. I feel some type of um, remorse for them. I feel some type of pain for them. I could I feel the burden. I feel the stress. You always I feel these things because that's another human like me. I would not like to get up in the morning one morning and they start bombing New York City and I see buildings are falling, people are dying, people I know some are going here, some are going there. I don't know if I'm gonna ever see them again. I don't know what's gonna happen during that time, and all of this coming from nowhere. This is why sometimes you always gotta give thanks to life and be appreciated for your life, because you could have that life and don't show no appreciation, and you could lose that life in a dark instant, bro. In a quick instant, you could lose that life. So once again, I'm gonna leave you with that. Let us not rejoice of what's happening to Ukraine. But let us all send our positive energy on the airwaves, on the telly, on the media. Let people know how we feel. Even though they say, well, yeah, we from the ghetto, but ghetto people got feelings too. We from the ghetto, but ghetto people concerned too. We from the ghetto, but ghetto people are people with a heartbeat, are people that is the people of the Most High, and they are people of righteousness. Majority of ghetto people, I'm telling you. So all praise unto the Most High, peace and blessings and one love. I'm out.